Deuce of Spades. We're going to call him Little Joe. Little Joe sitting at home one day. Ain't got no money. Ain't got nothing to eat. Got thinking he better get out and try to find him a job. So he got up and got dressed. He got to walking. He walked downtown. Going in store to store looking for a job. Ain't had no luck. He came across this old saloon, this old bar. He walked in the bar, introduced himself to the bartender. Ain't nobody hardly in there. He said he's looking for a job. Told him the situation. Bartender looked at him, said, Joe, times are hard for me as they are for you. He said, look around. Ain't nobody in here spending no money, buying no whiskey. He said, I tell you what I do, though. If you can go out and find me some men to come in here and spend a little money, buy a little whiskey, he said, I might be able to help you out. He said, ain't no problem. So he got to thinking where he could go. Cut the cards. One time. So he got to thinking where he could go. He got to walk. And he went down 1 block. He went down 2 blocks. He went down 3 blocks. He went down 4 blocks. He come right back. He said, Joe, how'd you do? He said, I went and I found 4 of the finest gentlemen you ever did see. He said, where'd you find them at? He said, down there on 678th Street. He said, 678th Street. He said, I heard a lot about it, Joe. He said, you gonna give me a job now? He said, Joe, he said, you know, men like women. He said, you think you might could, He said, you think you might go find me some ladies to come up in here, these guys to spend a little bit more money? He said, ain't no problem, bartender. He said, Joe, if you do that, I might get you a job. He got thinking again. Where he could go find some women, cut them cards. You can cut them if you want to. So he got thinking where he could go. He got to walk. And he went down 1 block. He went down 2 blocks. He went down 3 blocks. He went down 4 blocks. He come right back. He said, bartender said, Joe, how'd you do? He said, I went and found 4 of the finest looking ladies you ever did see. He said, where'd you find them, Joe? He said, same place down on 678th Street. He said, hell, Joe, take that $2 tip. He said, I appreciate it. So you gonna give me a job? He said, no. He said, Joe, got another problem. He said, bartender, I done went and found the men, found the women. What other problem could you have? He said, my jukebox broke down. Ain't no music. Get a little rowdy in here. He said, you think you find somebody to fill in for the night? He said, oh, ain't no problem. He said, you find me somebody to fill in tonight, I might get you a job. Cut them cards, son. One time, I don't care. So he got thinking where he could go find. He got to walking. And he went down 1 block. He went down 2 blocks. He went down 3 blocks. He went down 4. He went down 5. He come right back. He said, Joe, how'd you make out? He said, I went and found the best band this side of the Mississippi. They call themselves the 4 Gestures. He said, hell, Joe, take that $2 tip. He said, I appreciate it. He said, Joe, you've been good to me. You found the women. You found the men. You got me somebody to play tonight. He said, I got one more problem. He said, what could that be, bartender? He said, I brought all these people up in here, Joe. He said, run a little low whiskey. He said, you know anybody might sell me some whiskey? He said, ain't no problem. He said, Joe, you gonna find me some whiskey. I'm gonna give you a job. Cut them cards one more time. So he got thinking where he could go find some. So he got to walking. And he went down 1 block. He went down 2 blocks. He went down 3. He went down 4. And he came right back and he said, Joe, how'd you do? He said, I went and found you the best whiskey money can buy. They call it Ace High drinking whiskey. He said, hell, Joe, take that $2 tip. He said, I appreciate it. He said, Joe, you've been good to me. I'm going to give you a job, but before I do, I'd like to just find out a little information about you. He said, ain't no problem. He said, how old are you, Joe? He said, I'm 64. He said, 64? You look more like you're 34. He said, I'm 64, but I appreciate it. He said, Joe, you got any kids? He said, I sure do. I got 7. I got 4 boys, 3 girls. Awful proud of them, too. He said, Joe, I ain't never seen you. You live nearby? He said, oh, I live down there on 33rd Street. You might have saw me driving a 55 T-Bird. He said, no, I never have. He said, Joe, you look like a gambler. You ever play any poker? He said, it's funny you should ask that. He said, I was in a big poker game the other night down at the 58 Club. He said, I was in a big draw poker game. He said, the guy to my left, that sucker laid down 4 9s. He said, 4 9s? He said, you're shit out of luck, wasn't you? He said, I thought so. He said, the guy across the table, he laid down 4 10s. He said, he drugged the pot, didn't he? He said, well, he thought so. And then I looked at my hand. I had an 8 high straight flush.